Ballpark Village below the big screen outside is so empty right now that Steve Melton, who's here with a bunch of his buddies for his bachelor party, have started a wiffle ball game, and he's going to put one in there for me. Let's go, Steve. This is the best way to keep warm tonight. Oh, but you got to hit something. Hey, one more? Okay, there's lots of empty inside, too, tonight, Tom. And you compare it to last night when it was, hey, I got a piece of one, when it was more summer-like, right?
Tomorrow on Fox 2 News in the morning.
Some of the best voices we've ever heard will be in the house. Opera voices raising awareness about epilepsy.
Plus, pit bulls in the studio.
Fox 2 News in the morning. Let's hear it.
Starts tomorrow at 6.
Oh, you almost went. Let me see if I can go say hi to Steve Stenger. Not ready to declare victory yet. I think they're waiting on one more batch of numbers, but it would certainly seem an almost impossible hill for Charlie Doodley to climb. Howard, can you see me back here? Hey, Steve, do you have a second? Andy Banker with Fox 2. What a commanding lead. I know I've talked to some people in your campaign, maybe expected a double-digit lead at this point, but you're talking not just double-digit, but more than 30%. What are you waiting on?
Well, you don't want to be overly presumptuous, and I've heard their call.
Steve Stenger, thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, good luck the rest of the way. Steve Stenger, possibly the Democratic nominee to be the next county executive in St. Louis County. We'll hear from him again. Sandy reporting live in Clayton. Andy Banker, Fox 2 News.
Moments later, police SUV marked St. Louis City SUV tried to drive through the crowd. They were kicking, the protesters were kicking and banging on it, trying to break glass. They dented it with kicks in several places. And then the SUV, the officers driving it, turned on their lights and sirens and got out of here. Police, oh, God, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God, several shots fired. I am running out of here.
Okay,
that
Andy.
That was real close.
Andy, just go.
That was real close.
Get to safety.
That was real
Andy.
close.
Get to safety, Andy. Right.
I don't
now.
know if you heard that, Elliot, but I'm not going to stand down here anymore.
No, Andy, get to safety.
I ducked behind a tree as close as I care to come. I got a photographer down here.
All right.
I got to find John Miller.
Yes, this is like The Price is Right this morning on Fox 2 News in the morning. Becky Kruger's here from 5 Acres Animal Shelter in St. Charles, and our 3 lucky contestants. So they call their dog over from over here, and the dogs have keys around their necks.
They do.
And only one key will start the car.
All right.
I have Stuart.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
No,
No.
not this one. All right, Stuart.
Thank you.
We're down to 2. All right, let's see if
Here we
Jessica's
go.
got the magic touch. Or Jemmy, I should say, with the magic key. When you bought the raffle ticket, did you really think you had a shot? I mean, I guess you do a little, but it's kind of like buying the lotto, you know?
I bought it
It's never
5
gonna be my
minutes
turn.
before the drawing.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I did.
President Obama just made a major decision regarding the future of U.S. troops in Afghanistan.
He decided he will keep just under 10,000 troops there after this year.
Way right through the weekend in about 15 minutes, Andy.
Right, Dave, see you then. Winter is long gone, but parents of about 2,000 students in East St. Louis are still dealing with weather-related school closings. Fox News' Betsy Bruce is live in East St. Louis with why the weather is playing havoc with everyone's schedule again. Betsy.
Time now for the national anthem, and let's join the public address announcer, Andy Banker.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please stand and remove your hats as classically trained American violinist Bobby Yang plays our national anthem. Wow, beautiful.
We concur. Coverage of tonight's national anthem has been presented.
Here is the stadium public address announcer, Andy Banker.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, the nation experienced an unspeakable tragedy when a shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, resulted in the deaths of 26 innocent people, including 20 children. Joining us at midfield to pay honor to those 26 victims, from the Minnesota Vikings, number 26, Antoine Winfield. And from the St. Louis Rams, number 26, Daryl Richardson. Please stand and join in a moment of silent reflection for the victims, their families, and their loved ones. We got one last thing to do because a $25 donation for me is on the line. I've always wondered how you get into these trucks. There you go. So Wendy and I are going to race again, and she's taking off her shoes. Maybe I will too. All right, I'll have holes in my socks after this, but here we go. You ready? Someone count. First one to honk their horn wins.
You ready?
1, 2, 3.
All right. I'm going. I had some help. Oh. You grabbed the stick. Oh. I thought about honking before I got in. Holy cow, I'm glad I didn't. That would have been cheating. Wendy, thank you. It's tomorrow from 11 to 4:30, Springdale Pool in Fenton.
3, 2, 1, go! Joey Chestnut right away, Japanesing.
Is this how you make a living now?
Yep. Well, I got an engineering degree to eat hot dogs.
An engineering degree?
Yeah, civil engineering degree.
But every once in a while, someone comes out of the blue. Joey was a rookie out of the asparagus circuit. And you'll remember the asparagus circuit.
My first contest was deep fried asparagus.
He distinguished himself in that discipline. Yes.
Wow. The asparagus circuit. A chicken doesn't have anything like this.
No.
What is that?
It's a cast of a real T-Rex tooth. We have it in our prep lab downstairs. So once you're at the Science Center.
That's a killer. It's a mold for a cast of a dinosaur tooth?
That's right. This is the mold.
And you got a tooth cooking in there.
We have a tooth. It's feeling pretty good right now.
All right.
Are you ready to take it out?
Yeah, can we grab it out?
Okay, go on in and
What
pull
do
it
I
out.
do?
Just
It's
pull her
not
out.
gonna get me, is it?
It might. There you go.
Oh.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, hey!
Sorry.
All right, now see, you know
It's
what
warm.
you
It is still warm. The two chemicals that we mix
do that?
actually put off heat.
I had to get you.
This is one of those TV moments.
You missed it. You were doing the last interview. He showed me the step. The Brady step. Well, you're here for the working women's survival
I
show
will be
today.
doing that this afternoon.
You'll be showing everyone how it's done. Want to strum a
Yes,
little on the way
baby,
out?
strum the
That's okay. You can't be scared to move. Don't be scared to move it.
We're not.
I like
Don't
this.
fear her. First on Fox, convicted killer Jeffrey Ferguson has 3 hours before he's put to death for kidnapping, raping, and killing St. Charles teenager Kelly Hall back in 1989.
Fox 2's Rebecca Roberts.
No snow.
70 sounds good.
70 sounds fantastic.
And it's sounding more like baseball weather, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yep, and there will be a new landmark outside of Busch Stadium this season. It's called Ballpark Village. Have you heard of it?
A couple of times. We're going to give you a sneak peek.
The Honda Accord tops the most stolen car in America list for the 5th straight year. The Honda Civic is second and Toyota Camry third, with the Toyota Corolla and Chevy Silverado rounding out the top 5. The list is from car tracking device maker LoJack. The most common color of stolen cars is black, with turquoise the least common. And the largest privately owned island in the Bahamas went for a steal at auction. The buyer paid $17 million for the island. The owner was asking for $55 million when it went up for sale in 2011, but no one bought it for that. For $17 million, the new owner gets 681 acres, a private airstrip, and a 5,000 square foot home. The island has had only 4 previous owners. Don't punch me in the nose for this.
Oh, no.
All right. I'm speaking the truth. Coming up, they are one of the worst teams in baseball.
Oh, don't say that.
But the way things have been going, am I talking about the Cubs? Or maybe the good guys? And Dave, these frigid temperatures are potentially deadly. The city of St. Louis is now reopening emergency shelters. Fox 2's Rebecca Roberts is live on the Winter Watch tonight. Rebecca.
Thomas Jackson is here with us this morning to talk about everything that happened yesterday and how you guys plan to move forward.
Chief, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I know it's a tough time.
It is, it is.
And I know you've been sitting here watching our reporting on this. And there is more to this story, obviously.
There's a lot more.
Is there anything you can tell us or share with us about what led up to the initial call, or when will some of that come out? What's the situation? And just letting us know,
Sure.
What happened.
So this was an officer-involved shooting.
You still hear me, Tom?
Yes, I can.
When I first started talking to you, that's where I was standing, right where the police officers are now. And right, there's a bus stop on the other side of them behind where they're standing. And that's when they walked up to me and said, "Come get back. There's somebody in that house. You need to stay away from that yard. We're heading over that way." We've had a couple more of these grenades fired right out in front of our car here. So I assume we're gonna have to hop in and get out of here too.
Yeah, Andy, are they making you? They keep telling you to move back for your own safety. Do you feel? Do you feel safe where you are? What are your concerns?
I'm getting some.
Okay,
let's get out of here.
Clearly, you're close enough that Andy and the crew are starting to feel the effects of that tear gas. Fox News' Andy Banker is live with a young man known as Big Mike, and why friends and family say he was big in more ways than one. Andy?
Mandy, I want to show you something first. A calm night in Ferguson here at the police department. About a dozen demonstrators back here, as opposed to hundreds in the previous days. And the people who knew Mike Brown best say maybe this is a better reflection of who he was, a mountain of a young man with plans to start his own business and dreams of becoming a star. It is their heartbreaking nightly ritual. Michael Brown's sisters, cousins, and aunt relighting candles at the very spot he died.
For my nephew.
A big brother to two little sisters and a brother, Big Mike. Big smile, and at close to 6'4", a big young man.
Just a sweet kid.
Big dude.
Big guy. Yes, I had to, look up.
I call him Mike. He's a great kid. Great kid. He gave like one of them smiles that Mike always gives. Big Mike always gives.
Neighbor Marquise Mole last saw Brown when Brown was walking to Quick Trip. A few minutes later, Mole saw Brown's distraught mother and Mike's body in the street. The same kid who would help unload Mole's work truck and help Marquita Davis's cousin with her two sons.
I had started, my little janitorial floor tech business. And he was like, "When you gonna hire me?"
She's a single mom and she has two boys, and he'd take them to the store, just do little things with them, so he was just a sweet kid who didn't deserve it.
Hands up! Just before his death, he'd begun recording rap music right there at his grandma's house, chasing a dream and a short life friends and family say will forever eclipse his death.
The thing is, he made a mark in history, not just a mark on the street.
Mike Brown would be in his first week at Vatterott College right now, learning the heating and cooling trade while still working on his music career. Live in Ferguson, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News. Yeah, Chandra, Tom, these are the same people just going in and out, reloading.
It's the same people.
It's amazing to stand here and watch. Just
no
blatant
police
lawlessness with no police anywhere. It astounds me to hear that they are up the street where George Sells is, and they're just letting this happen. You feel for the owners of this store. We saw someone going in and out of a nail salon. Someone's taking a cash register now.
Cash register, yeah. I see that.
But like
Tommy, it looks like one of these guys has a weapon.
Right there, in the green shirt.
You see what looks to be a handgun sticking out of his
he's got it. He's getting ready to
waist. His hands on it.
Yes, he does.
I'm gonna back out of here.
Yeah, I would too. Definitely get to a safe location, Andy.
But you know what?
Well, I don't know where a safe location is in Ferguson right now, not on West Florissant.
It's true.
You wonder if they're
we need a police presence out here. You got a guy with a gun in a store. This is crazy to just let it go. It was a stirring scene in Ferguson. Michael Brown's father in Canfield. He walked through the neighborhood where his son died to take part in a St. Louis tradition, the Demetrius Johnson Foundation's Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. He says he wanted to honor his son by helping others find reasons to give thanks.
I get a call from this gentleman and his family the other day. He says he wants to come out and just be a part of giving back. He said this is his first Thanksgiving without his son.
And one who had lost so much still had much to give, even a brief smile.
Good morning. Guess I ain't got to say my name, right? But yeah, this will be the first Thanksgiving without our son. The family just had to roll up their sleeves and come out and help the community.
And on this 23rd Demetrius Johnson Foundation turkey giveaway for those in need, Mike Brown's dad was among those delivering 2,500 free turkeys across St. Louis.
Thank you, baby. I got to love you, hug you some more.
This in Canfield, where his son died, and a memorial still marks the spot. What made you pick up the phone and call Demetrius, Mr. Brown?
Well, me and Demetrius is good friends. So I came up with an idea. He helped me with the idea, and we worked it out. He helped me work it out.
You see today that there are people who really care about one another, regardless of the race, economical, social standards. They really do care. And this event today solidified that St. Louis can be a strong St. Louis.
Just going to help you have as happy Thanksgiving as you can have?
It's not going to be the best because my son's still gone, but I'm going to get through. As long as I make someone else happy, I get through.
I think that's highly favored and blessed. And that's a good thing that he's doing this. That's pretty nice. It's more than nice. It's awesome.
It's nice seeing those people on the other side of the door getting the turkeys, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It'll make you feel good.
See the faces?
Yeah.
Which one?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He found cause for thanks in the toughest of times, in the toughest of places.
Appreciate all the things you're doing for the community, you know. Sorry about your loss again, bro.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks to y'all.
In Ferguson, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News. 360 degrees. You could turn an entire circle here, and all you'll see is leveled houses. Oh, there's a dog. I wonder who you belong to, buddy. I wonder. No matter which direction you turn your head and look around here, you see something new that just blows your mind. Back here is a 7-Eleven in a canopy that was over the gas pumps. Just leveled. You see a car back here smashed. It's smashed into a gas pump, blown right into it. And then look at the iron that held the canopy up. Just bent like a curtain rod, like you'd bend between your arms. It's crazy. I'm going to keep walking over here. I didn't see this car. I've driven past it a million times. It only became visible today under the canopy. Somebody's yellow car. One of the more amazing sights we saw yesterday at the end of a long day was a car with one of those red X's on it, meaning pretty much condemned and meaning that it had been checked by searchers for survivors. Someone was actually able to get their red X'd car rolling again, and they drove it out of town. This is a very sad place to be, this 7-Eleven, because at least 3 people died here, including a mother and her baby. They dashed into the store and took cover in the freezer and ended up not making it. But then right across the street, that building, what's left of it, housed a daycare. There were a bunch of kids in there. They huddled in a bathroom. They made it, all of them. None of them hurt. Some developments here today. The search for bodies and survivors is expected to end. They don't expect to find any more. That should wrap up at some point this morning. Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano is going to visit Moore, Oklahoma at some point this morning before she heads over to Joplin for a service to mark the 2nd anniversary of the tornado there. Feels mighty strange being here today on a May 22nd in a town that looks a lot like Joplin did then. Live in Moore, Oklahoma, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News. And John, authorities here are now telling us they do not expect to find any more victims, any more bodies, particularly at the Plaza Towers Elementary School where they found 7 dead children. Hope and pray that that aspect of all of this is over. They did find some bodies right next to where I'm standing. This is what's left of a 7-Eleven store. At least 3 people died here, a man and then a woman and her baby. She ran in, dashed into the cooler here, hoping to avoid this thing and ride out the storm when she knew that tornado was coming right for her. They didn't make it. But then right over here, this is a liquor store that is connected to the 7-Eleven. And back here, there's only one person in it. It was the owner. His name is Fred Galarza. His wife was here a little while ago. I talked to her. He was in the bathroom, which is right back in this area, huddled down underneath the bathroom sink. She says the sink saved his life because the building and all sorts of debris came crashing down on top of it, broke the sink, broke some bones in his back and his ribs. He's not paralyzed. He's going to be okay, but he survived. She was here with her parents looking for personal items, anything they could salvage out of this. They were even picking up liquor bottles that were not broken. But one thing she wanted to find more than anything, I think, was that sink. I asked her what she would do when she saw it, and she said, "I just take a picture. I would just take a picture." It is absolutely amazing. Her husband lived through this right here, right next to where 3 people did not. Live in Moore, Oklahoma, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, just another one of those amazing stories when you think he's standing in a spot, one man lived and the others died.
It's not just the total amount of snowfall that's causing trouble for transportation on the ground. It's the blowing, drifting snow. It is really piling up. Look at it in our Fox 2 backyard here. Man, it's up to 17 inches in this drift up against the building. That is a big problem. We found a group from Water Valley, Mississippi, which is near Oxford, and there's no way they're going to try to get home in this. They're here for a school trip. All right, good morning, St. Louis. Welcome to a special World Series edition of Fox 2 News in the Morning, live from Busch Stadium. Hard to believe we're here. Chris Renier joining me this morning. So we're kind of double teaming it. We got Angela and Chandrea back in the studio. Even at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's awesome. You can
we're
feel
only
the
about 13 hours early.
Hey, not enough pregame. Can never have enough.
Hey, no, and you can feel the magic in the air already. I mean, just the media buzzing, security all over the place. Downtown a little busy, even before the sun comes up when it's Game 3 of the World Series in St. Louis.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't even seem like a major storm. No real dark clouds, no heavy rains, just that wind, the high wind that took this roof right off of this house, with a father and his 3 young sons and his uncle all inside running for cover.
So you can understand it's just heartbreaking.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Heartbreaking that you can now stand on the roof without being on top of the house. Barbara Webb is 76, and this out-of-nowhere windstorm not only has terrorized her family, it has stolen a bit of their heritage. In North St. Louis, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News. Good morning and welcome to another edition of Cardinals Confidential, your all-access pass to the St. Louis Cardinals. Feel pretty good about it. You're smiling, I see.
I feel great about it. I'll feel a little bit better once we get everybody signed.
Good to see you, Wayno. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I'm fired up to be here.
Of course, we're going to talk baseball. We're going to save that for a few minutes from now because right before we started the show here, off camera, we were talking football. And that's what we want to...
You're a little bit of a fan of football.
That's what we want to lead off with.
To have the privilege of being in a World Series.
And winning it for the Cardinals.
Well, that's even better.
I wish I had that memory, but thanks for sharing it with me.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
God
for
bless
being
you.
here, Mike. You look a little chilly, though. You need a jacket. Let's bring in the Cardinal Cowboy. Reg, you need a hat. There we go. The Cardinal Cowboy in the house. Hey, Cardinal Cowboy, let me get you a spoon. You try some of this. Becky, tell us about the bet.
Okay, so I have a friend in Waltham, Mass.
Greetings from Big Ben. You know, this isn't as big a culture clash as you may think. The St. Louisans, including the Rams players, picking up on all things British right away. And the British, they know a lot about American football. And Becky, you pointed something out I forgot to show off this morning.
Show that.
I've been keeping it under wraps. Check this out. This is the look at Reg in the cowboy hat. But this is the old standby.
Oh yeah.
This is good luck right here, baby.
Wow.
Old school. That's from 1982. You hear them playing Celebration?
Yeah.
That was their theme song when we won it in '82.
Yep.
It is a crime St. Louis will never get over. The Central West End murder of Megan Boken, a former St. Louis U volleyball standout.
It was August of 2012. Police say her killer was after her iPhone. Megan's family has joined a nationwide push to stop the epidemic of smartphone crimes. And Andy Baker met with them in her suburban Chicago hometown. He's here with the Fox Files special report.
They are one amazing family, guys, and they are right now
been through a lot.
Caught up in the big volleyball state championships again. They're in the playoffs. Megan's little sister Mary is a rising star for Megan's old high school team. And Mary is as much a reason for her parents' mission as Megan is. Megan was on the phone with her mom when she was attacked and killed. Nearly 15 months later, there is still game night in suburban Chicago. Thank God for game night.
Number 17, a junior, Mary Bolton.
That familiar name, familiar face, and familiar number, 17. It may as well be tattooed on Mary Boken's back, for it seems stamped on her soul.
Mary is wearing her number.
Megan's number. Megan Boken, a key part of the 04 and 06 St. Francis High School state championship teams, a tenacious player and leader.
And an arm swinger, and aren't we excited? She was a celebrator.
Yet the off-court stuff separated Megan most. Her coach says this photo of her mugging for the camera offers a hint.
Always that little frisky smile, just a little sparkle in her eye. She could excite, I think, her teammates, her coaching staff, and the fans. She had the fire.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
That fire now quietly burns in the little sister Megan prayed she'd one day have. Mary was part of the next St. Francis championship team as a sophomore last season.
They hadn't won the state championship since Megan's here, so it really was so much. I mean, you could feel it. You could really feel it.
You could feel Megan. Though she was killed August 18, 2012, police say an 18-year-old gunman wanted her new iPhone on a sunny Central West End afternoon. Megan, 23, was headed to a St. Louis U alumni volleyball game on the phone with her mom, walking to her car. No one here wanted to believe it could happen.
Me neither.
It was something that wasn't even on our radar screen.
She got to the car, she had another ticket. Just so typical, just the typical conversation with Megan. She got lots of tickets. It was her second one of the weekend. A sound came out like, or it was, I couldn't tell it was inhale or an exhale, but like a little sound like, I thought, well, maybe she saw so many times you'd be talking to her and, oh, hey, how's it going? She'd bump into somebody and then sometimes she'd forget I was on the phone, but she'd talk to the person or hey, I'll call you back. Then I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, Megan.
I remember the principal called me and she said, Peg, Megan Boken has been shot and is dead. And I said, that's not true.
It still doesn't seem like it. Her championship teammates dedicated a memorial outside the gym where there is a tree planted in Megan's honor.
We're all trying to figure out a way to have her with us.
For her family, there is more to do.
Megan and I went to the same college, St. Louis University.
Megan's older sister, Annie, who lives in New York, and their dad joined the New York Attorney General at a news conference for the Secure Our Smartphones initiative, calling for smartphone makers to implement kill switch technology to permanently disable lost or stolen phones and make stealing them pointless.
Turned into nothing more than a paperweight.
Okay, this isn't just the Bokens that have experienced this. It could happen to anybody, anywhere. And if there's an example of that, it's Megan. Megan was the most innocent victim you could ever find.
It just seems like such a no-brainer.
In keeping people from being targeted for their phones, there will be more than one living tribute to Megan, and there will be glory beyond game night.
Maybe it's a way to honor Megan.
The two suspects in the case, cousins, 18 years old at the time of the crime, are locked up awaiting trial. There's a hearing later this month. In the panic after the shooting, they left behind Megan's phone. I mentioned this amazing family. I just got a text from Megan's dad. Mary's team won their volleyball match tonight, just a few minutes ago. So on they go.
Deal.
Isn't that great?
That is so good.
And coming up at 10 in part 2 of our special report, there is progress in this Secure Our Smartphones initiative. Apple has now enacted a new sort of kill switch technology. We're going to put it to the test. It's on this phone. It works.
Trying to make something positive out of that,
Yep.
of a tragedy. Thanks, Andy.